people. This is the Basket Family Unpopular Opinion. I'm Mike. This is Amara, and this is my wife Shannon. We're gonna be discussing a bunch of topics from, just random life things. Hey,
So, like I said, I'm Shannon Basket. I am a fashion designer, and we're going to be discussing life, love, some of everything. Who knows what we'll come up with?
the topic we chose today is gonna be on depression because it's a lot of depression going around in the world, especially with a lot of the events of 2020, the Black Lives Matter movements, a lot of other financial issues and in-home issues. So we just chose the topic to start the podcast off because we felt like it would be necessary.
Um, so with that being said, we're going to start with me, and I'm going to tell you about, I was recently depressed just last year. I was pregnant with my daughter, and I had a condition called HG. It's severe nausea and vomiting. And I was throwing up about 20 times a day. I couldn't keep any fluids down, any food. I had a real severe case of it, and I lost 20 pounds. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't go anywhere. My husband had to do everything for me. Um, so that's basically the reason why I was depressed. I went into a really dark space where I really didn't want to be alive anymore. And I remember praying, asking God to just take me away. Like, I really wanted to die. And after I prayed that prayer, I realized that I couldn't leave my husband here because my husband has suffered a lot of loss. He doesn't have his mom or his dad, and his dad died in a tragic accident maybe 6, 7, how many years ago?
6 years ago.
About 6 years ago. And that basically is the reason. After I prayed that prayer, I changed my prayer and was like, never mind, God, I can't leave my husband. So depression is a really dark place. And the thing that I hate about depression is people are so ashamed to tell people that they are depressed. Like, it's like having the AIDS or something. It's like a big secret where you don't want no one to know that you're depressed. And I don't think it's no one's fault that they don't want anyone to know. I think that's just one of the side effects of depression is not being ashamed and not wanting to reach out for help. And I think that too many people are afraid to reach out for help. They don't know what to do. They think it's abnormal to be depressed. We don't believe in going to therapy, which is crazy in my opinion. I think that we should go to therapy more. In the Black community, we always say, oh, you're depressed, just pray about it. And I feel like we need to start doing more than just praying about depression. And I feel like we need to find someone that we can trust that can maybe encourage us to keep going. Because really, honestly, when you're depressed, it's not always something that someone can do that, to help you. Like, for instance, when I was depressed, my husband did everything. He had to go to work. He had to come home. He had to clean the house. He had to wash everything. He had to cook. He had to bathe me. He had to take me to the doctor. He had to talk to the doctors on the phone. Like, he had to do everything. I was like a newborn baby who couldn't do anything for themselves. So, what helped me beat depression was swimming. So when I was depressed, I started asking my husband to take me to the pool. I don't know why, because I could barely walk. I had lost 20 pounds and I was hunched over, but I wanted to go to the pool. And so we started going to the pool, and I would get in the water and I would float, and I just felt really close to God, and I would pray. And so I realized that, okay, going to the pool makes me feel better. So after every doctor's appointment, I wanted to go to the pool. My husband didn't want to take me to the pool, but he took me anyway because he knew that was something that I looked forward to. And honestly, that was the only thing that I had to look forward to. I had nothing at all to look forward to except for going to this pool. So after that, what my husband did was he got me a membership at the YMCA, and I started doing water therapy, and I ended up getting better. We was able to find a medication that was able to help my nausea and vomiting, and I was able to drive myself to the pool, so that was a blessing. So eventually, while pregnant, I did beat depression, and thankfully, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, I did beat depression, and thankfully, I was able to enjoy a part of my pregnancy, and I was truly a happy pregnant woman. Um, I know my situation, you really can't compare to what you may be depressed about or what you're going through. But with that being said, I want you to find something to do other than going home, staying in the bed all day. What else people do when they're depressed? Like,
Just simply being depressed. I mean, when you're depressed, it's not much that you can do.
but you can
Just
push
like she
yourself.
spoke on, I lost my father years back, and I went through probably about a year and a half of a depression, and it wasn't easy, but I had to find ways to get through it, just like my wife spoke on. And mine, I listened to I would listen to a lot of music, and even though it's not right, I drank a lot, and I understood that I had to stop drinking so much because it became uh, a type of thing where it wasn't really easing the pain. It was just going on until the next day, and the next day it would just be the same thing all over again. But just like I said, you got to find things inside you that make you feel better about your situation. No one can actually tell you what makes you feel good, because what makes me feel good won't make you feel good, and vice versa. So you just have to find something inside yourself to put your mind on other than being depressed, because it's not much that you can do besides try to make it day to day, because if you have a life to tend to, giving up really is not an option if you're a strong person. And I have a problem a lot of the time when people say I just wanted to give up, because I never really understand what just give up mean unless you just gonna die. And that's a whole nother topic so far as suicide. And I mean, because that actually is a part of depression, so far as suicidal thoughts and all of that type, those type of things, which if it's went that far, then you probably do need professional help. But if you're just depressed on a day-to-day basis where you can't get out of bed, you don't really want to take a bath, you don't really care about your personal hygiene anymore, you start to not care about the simple things in life, even if you like sports, watch a lot of sports, just anything to just get through that depression and to just find a silver lining in whatever it is that you're going through. Because most of the time in life, we always look at life as a glass half empty type thing, when you can always look at the same thing as it's a glass half full. You can find a silver lining in anything, and I'm just here living proof that it's possible to come through a depression and to get better. But there are also such things as scars in life that you can't get through. Certain things, the pain just will never go away. You just learn how to deal with it. And once again, I'm living with that, because every day. Grief is one of those things where every day is not the same. Every day is not the same when it comes to depression or grief or just outright feeling like you've been cheated out of life. Because my mother passed away when I was 14 years old, and my dad died when I was 30. My mom died from cancer, and it's just for a long time I felt like I was cheated in life. I felt like life had cheated me, and how can I be 30 years old and I don't have parents, and I just felt like I couldn't turn to I wasn't anybody I could really turn to, and nobody really would understand, or the people who would understand, I didn't really want to burden them with my problems. So my wife would tell me to go to therapy, and like you said, us black people, we don't want to go to therapy. It's like, what they gonna tell me that I don't already know for myself? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what's she gonna tell me to stop drinking? Shit, I don't want to stop drinking. But I'm just saying that to say, you go through things to get through things. Strong people are strong, and if you don't know what to do, then that's when I feel as though you should confide in someone and try to find someone to talk to if you just can't find a coping mechanism inside yourself. And that's really all that I have so far as depression, because that was the only time in my life that I could ever really point out that I went through that. And I'm pretty sure it's people that deal with that on a daily basis, and I can't tell them what to do. I can just tell them what I went through. I can't tell anybody what happened with them, that what to do in their situation, because I didn't go through what they went through, and they aren't like me. I feel like that me losing my mom at the age of 14 and me going through a lot of things in my life, like building up to what happened, it made me a stronger person, and it made me able to get through a lot of things that a lot of other people may not understand. Like, I was forced to be strong at a very early age, which gave me the strength to be strong and be the man that I am today. So like I said, we as a community of people, we need to become okay with not being okay, and just basically being cool with confiding in somebody about what it is that we going through.
Yes, I love what you said. All of that. That's very encouraging. And like you said, confide in someone. Do more than just pray. Which I did have my husband and my mom praying for me. I think they prayed for me more than I actually prayed for myself. So definitely reach out, talk to somebody, push yourself to do activities that you love, or even start doing something new, whether it's cooking, painting, find something, a new craft to do, work out. Exercising really does help with depression, don't you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still fat.
Start exercising, and I just want to say that it is light at the end of the tunnel, and I just want to have a moment of transparency about me being pregnant and depressed. I did not want to be pregnant anymore. I did not care about having a baby because I was really in a sunken place. Like I said, I just wanted to die. I didn't care about none of it. My mom would tell me that just hold on. My husband would tell me to hold on. And I could not see the end. Like, I was just stuck. And I couldn't see beyond the dark place that I was in. And I'm in a happy place now. I did beat depression. My baby is beautiful. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. So I'm very thankful that I did endure. And I'm glad that God didn't take me when I asked him to. And I'm glad that I have a healthy, beautiful baby. And she is so smart. She is almost 8 months, and she's already standing up on her own. And I have her in virtual infant school. She's learning. And it just amazes me how intelligent this baby is. And so I'm just thankful. And I just want to encourage you to keep going. Do not quit. Do not give up on yourself. Keep going. Even though you don't see it right now, keep going. And thank you for tuning in. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. You want to clap? You want to clap for the people? You want to clap, Mara? You want to clap? Say thank you for tuning in.
Some peace.
Bye-bye.